protein shakes. And I'm doing these specifically to carb up. There are days that you want to do carbs, and there are days that you want to have no carbs at all and do lots of fat and lots of protein. So we're going to show you how we make our protein shakes. Oh, by the way, okay, listen to this, you guys. Listen to me now and hear me later, because we're going to talk about food right now. Say hi, gorgeous. This is, you want to get this. All right. Do you know what this is? And this is Kirkland brand. This is actually Kirkland brand Mexico. Okay. This is jasmine rice. It comes from Thailand. And it is friggin' awesome. That's 8 kilograms. And I'll go through that in about 3 months. Just me. Me by myself. She eats it too. But it doesn't matter. It's 8 kilograms. Whenever I'm doing a carb up day, okay, that means I've gone for several days with no carbs whatsoever. I'm going to make a protein shake, and I'm going to put some carbs in it. And I want to show you the cheapest way in the world to get as big as a fucking house as quick as possible, just by changing your diet around just a little bit. So let me figure out a way. I'm going to do this, okay? I'm going to figure this out, because I want you to get this info. This is so good. All right, fuck this. Are you done, porfa? Okay, so here's what we got. I'm going to show you the ingredients, and we're going to fire it all in there together. And you need to add creatine, because it's going to spike your insulin. You want to use that gateway to get in there. Now, depending upon your diet and your shit, okay, we're adding other stuff, not just protein shakes, okay, not just whey protein. And this is not pure whey protein. It has carbs in it, okay? So this is very specific, that if you're trying to put on size but you have a hard time eating, this is how you do it. This is how you do it, you guys. Let me show you. See this? So anyway, we're both going to the gym. Okay, we're both going to the gym, and we're both eating. Okay, each scoop is 25 grams of protein. So we're putting 4 scoops in. This also has carbs. Now we're going to use our little measuring thing here. I'm going to put some creatine in here too. So just a teaspoon has 5 grams in it. 2 people, you probably want to put 4 teaspoons in. And this is a blender here. You see what I'm saying? You want to go this direction. Now, I'm going to tell you something about bananas. Because bananas are a bullshit market. I used to be a distributor for bananas in Colombia. And I would go to the market in the morning. And this was our thing. This was like how we survived in Colombia with no money whatsoever. We went to the market, got a truck, and drove it 16 hours across country from Medellin, Colombia, from the Mayores at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning for 16 to 18 hours to get to Chocó. And when we got to Chocó, we would unload all the fucking bananas. Well, bananas are an extraordinary food that will help a whole country survive through a famine. And so we're going to fire this up. I'm going to show you how we did this. You want to add ice cream. You want to get 1 banana, 4 scoops of protein. Now, I'm getting away from seed oils. So I have to add a little bit of, ¿cómo se llama esta? De esta grandota. Esta, huh? Colágeno. So we add collagen to this too. It does not work if you don't add it with protein, if you don't add it with fat. Also, all right, so now we got that all mixed up. So now we have this multiple flavored shake that has not a ton of calories. This is about 320 calories for one glass. So there's 2 glasses in that. And you guys have ever tried those weight gainer shakes when you were a kid? Dude, they are the worst. All they are is sugar. This is dense nutrients. Okay, this has tons of amino acids in it on top of the whey protein. And it has good carbs in it because it all comes from sweet potatoes. That's where it's at. If your protein shake has carbs in it, you want to make sure that it comes from really good carb sources. Some of them cause crazy amounts of inflammation. It can make you sick, and you won't even know it. You'll be all big and shit, and on the inside, you're dying. But I don't know enough about that to be an authority on it. But I'm going to tell you this shit right here is fantastic. So this is how, okay, it doesn't matter. Listen to this. This is the craziest shit about this whole thing that I've been doing. And that is, I can observe, other people doing good shit in the world. And I want to hope the best for those people. Seeing a lot of people try to do something and like get something together, but they tend to try and fake shit. You know what I mean? This is a theater. And if you want to be aware of where you are right now, stop and think for a second. Something happened to this fucking world brand. And I think that I've seen with my own 2 eyes and invited in the very devil himself. That's what I think. Because the Lord said that this world is ruled by the devil. Momento. Huh? You got to get used to drinking down protein shakes. It is very, very hard for me to choke down food all day long. And I realize, I know I'm supposed to eat every 3 hours. Monday? Okay. I'm supposed to choke down food every 3 hours to maintain a certain amount of protein and fats and energy with this diet. Okay. I have a hard time choking down eggs. And so tonight we had steak and what the fuck else was it? It was just very, what did we have? We had steak. See how unforgettable it was? Anyway, we had some steak. It was great. But we're going to go to the market and get some squash. And I'll show you how to do this. Get some zucchinis. Zucchinis are great. They're very cheap. They're very dense. And it's good. It tastes so good. I know that, you see, we want to try to avoid having carbs like breads and tortillas and shit like that on the days that you eat lots of protein. Excuse me. On the days that you have protein, on the days that you have carbs, this is where you're blowing up. You're doing squats that day, or you're doing back or some shit, or deadlifts or whatever. You're going balls deep, meaning that you are either training that day or that evening, and you're trying to get lots of nutrient-dense food in so that when you go to the gym or you're training, you feel strong as shit. Problem is that if you eat too many carbs, you have spillover. Insulin creates a spike when you eat tons of carbs. Like when I had this shake, I have not had carbs for several days. So that right there, well, that's not true. I had sweet potatoes, but that's very low glycemic index. So the carbs that you're going to take in are going to be low glycemic index most of the time. And that's going to be things like sweet potatoes and yams. Those are good. You can eat them all the time, and They don't have any calories, and they're very nutrient dense. Very good to have because synthetic testosterone is made from Mexican yams. Did you guys know that? Fun fact. On the days that you want to look leaner and more shredded, you're going to cut all your carbs out with exception of grapefruit. Grapefruit has an ability to have a anti-inflammatory property on it that actually shrinks the cells. So on the days that you want to look lean, if you're getting ready for a show or something like that, or if you're going through carb cycles, which is what I'm talking about, the days you have all of your proteins. Like I had steak today. Like steak was the thing. I needed to load up on protein, but also fat. You're going to fucking discover quickly that fat is good for you. It's not bad for you. Cholesterol in eggs is bullshit. We've all been lied to about nutrients. Everything is in reverse so that we can die young so they don't have to pay us in Social Security. That's the deal. They're waiting for this whole generation of boomers to die off right now. And they tried it with the coronavirus and they tried it with the fucking vaccine and nothing's fucking working. So anyway, that's the whole reason, because they don't want to pay Social Security. Social Security's going broke. They want to steal the fucking money if they haven't done so already. And that's my conspiracy of that bullshit. So on the days you have carbs, you do not want to eat fats at all. On the days that you concentrate on high proteins, you want to make sure that you cut carbs out entirely. Fats are good. We're talking about things like pork rinds and fat back and beef tallow. Organic butter. I'm going to do some butter videos so I can show you guys what I know about butter. Butter is an interesting compound because you think about like the Pilgrims. Back in the day, they had this churn. They would take and put this thing down and they would just do like that and churn butter. They would churn milk and it would separate and they would have curds and they would have whey. The very top portion of milk, the solids are at the bottom and the proteins are at the top. So you have the top layer, which is only about 0.4% of whatever part of milk. So you're going to get this teeny tiny portion of here. And what this is casein protein. Casein protein is expensive. It absorbs into your body like time release. So if you drink a protein shake like we just made, you're going to have about 4 to 6 hours of time, which at some point your body is going to give you a fucking ton of natural human growth hormone. So this particular type of protein that I'm referring to comes from cottage cheese. That's a cheap version of what we would drink down. Well, that is something that I really highly suggest that you learn how to eat. I know some of you guys at odds too plain. Throw some pineapple in it. You know, you can do something like that and eat it, or you could put an egg in it, mix it up, put it in the oven, and turn it into some like fake bread. You can actually make bodybuilder bread out of cottage cheese. So these are really cool. It's a really cool compound, and that's called casein. Casein protein. It has a time release protein that absorbs in your body. You should take it at night because your body naturally releases growth hormone when you're sleeping. So what you want to do is amplify that amount for a long period of time by drinking casein protein before you go to bed. Now, the other types of protein, which I'm sure you heard of, and that makes up about 8%, maybe more. You just check it. I don't know. That is called whey protein. Okay? And see, in Mexico, dude is whey. Like the word dude is whey. It also means something bad if you want to insult somebody. So the top portion of milk is casein, and the second portion is whey. The rest in here, all down here below, is a lot of water. Like this, this whole heart section, if you will, of the parts of milk. The only two that you really want to care about, because you're not 6 anymore, you're not drinking and eating fucking, sugar smacks and shit or whatever. You are not eating cereal, and you're trying to avoid anything that has any chemicals at all. Like if you can't look at the nutrition label and see it has 1 ingredient or 2 ingredients, you don't want it. If you can't pronounce it, this shit's getting you poisoned. It's micro poisoning happens. Everybody is getting poisoned over there. So the days that you focus on your carbs, you're not going to have any of this. You're not going to have it in this form, because carb day comes with protein as well. But you're not going to pound down. You're going to focus more on the day prior to the protein day. So you're going to have a protein shake before you go to bed on the days that you eat carbs, because the protein shakes have fuck tons of carbs in them. And you can't have fuck tons of carbs in your protein shakes on the days that you only have proteins and fats. So you want to stick to, I'm going to just let give you an analogy. Let's say you're a truck driver driving from Los Angeles all the way down to Miami. Okay? You could consistently eat the same thing on the road in a meal prep. Meal prep is when you take Tupperware and you set it out like this, and you get your chicken breast and your spinach or your asparagus. The days that you have carbs, you only have the carbs that's in your, basically your lunchbox, I guess. So all of your Tupperware is holding exact portions, weighed portions of chicken breast and rice, or chicken breast and or broccoli. You see the difference? The type of carbs that we're referring to right now are either high or low, and I'm just going to say LI. Low index, it's LIC actually. It's low index carbohydrate. Oh my God, you scared the shit out of me, dog. Low index carbohydrates. Low index carbohydrates indicate how much your body will produce a certain amount of insulin when it's subject to carbohydrates, sugars, and anything like that. Carbohydrates convert to sugars, which affects the insulin spike in your body. If you are insulin resistant, what's happening is your body is not allowing an insulin spike to happen that gives you what you need to make muscle. So all the people who are insulin resistant, they get fat as fuck. And that's men and women. So the reason why I say that, if you want to reverse the fucking damage you've done to yourself, this is what you want to do. Because this worked for me and a bunch of other people that taught me how to do this. So you want to focus on carbs one day and the proteins and fat another day. And you want to transition between the carb days and the protein days, because the protein shakes we make, which I'm getting like 580, something like that, or I don't remember. It's a lot of carbs, and it's also a lot of calories. Very helpful when you're going to do bench press, deadlifts, or squats. You always want to do deadlifts, bench press, and squats days apart from each other, with very rapid succession, beating your body to death those days. I'm absolutely serious. What you're going to see me doing, getting ready for a show, is that you're going to see me carbing up, like we're doing right now. On the days we have the chicken and stuff like that, it's with the skin. Or if we're having steak, we're not cutting the fat back. We're keeping it all right there. We're keeping it 100. So you're going to focus on low index carbohydrates like sweet potatoes and other things like perhaps fruit. I don't want to get into fruit really, because I know my body loves the shit out of it. But if you're going to eat fruit, in the mornings you would select about 6 or 8 of the largest, most beautiful strawberries that money can buy for yourself. And hopefully they're organic and not bullshit, or you grow them your own. So you want to have 6 of those. 6 strawberries. Also, because we're doing something with carbs here, the strawberries are carbohydrates, it's basically sugar. Okay, you got to make sure that you're taking carbs in on those days. You want to have some kind of a response to the low index carbs that you're going to be taking in at night, because you want to always have your meals kind of focusing around when you're supposed to take your stuff. If you're on growth, you have to eat at a certain time, and you have to, it's a lot of stupid rules. If you're not a pro bodybuilder, none of this stuff will make sense, and you're not going to care. So you're in this slow lane, basically, from LA to Miami. That's what you do. Oh, fuck. These dogs are going ape shit tonight. It's crazy. But like I said, I gotta run, but I want to follow. I want you to do me a favor and hit the like button. We're gonna talk about protein shakes. I know. There's no audio. There was no audio. How about now? Yeah, you're good. Okay, good. Yeah, I had it muted because the dogs are fucking barking their goddamn faces off. I'm doing a series on protein shakes. So let's say you're a driver or you have time in a car for a period of time. You're going to want to have protein shakes on hand every day, twice a day. Because if a protein shake has anywhere between 200 or 300 calories, there's quite a bit of calories. And you can stack that on the days that you do bench press, deadlifts, and squats. Because if you focus on those 3 exercises 3 days a week, and you go to failure on a lot of them, not squats, I'm going to tell you all something. You don't have to do squats, and you don't have to do deadlifts. You could pick machines, and you can have a controlled thing. I'm old school, and I'm going to do that until they put my ass in the fucking dirt. So I have here 40-pound dumbbells in my house. So on the days that I don't go to the gym and do cardio, because I cannot do cardio every fucking day anymore getting ready for a show, because I get too skinny. And then I'm reversing a lot of the... See, I lost all my body fat. I have no fucking body fat in my face anymore. I'm just regaining some back my size. I just did an anti-parasite thing. And let me tell you something. I was going nuts though, because I'm so hungry. I can't understand why. I just took some parasite shit. The doctor says, take these pills. Okay, take this. No, it's only one pill. You take this pill, and then when you go to the bathroom, don't look. And so I went to the bathroom not once, not twice, but enough to, chat my own ass. All of us did, because the stuff is just like, all of a sudden you get like, oh, bad feeling. It's because if you have parasites, they're connected to you. And when you feel pain in your stomach, it's because they're connected to you. So one of these anti-parasitic medicines that actually slowly, poisons these damn things. And it goes through all of your whole body if you're using DMSO. So that's another pro tip. Yesterday or the day before, I I had some fenbendazole, 50 milligrams. No, excuse me, 500 milligrams. And that could be taken safely for three times a day if you want to. All I'm doing is a short-term, one-time pill that they sell in the pharmacy here. And I think it's like 50 cents. So I took one of those, went to the bathroom, all's good. She did too, but she was like, for 2 or 3 or 4 even days, where there's so many different pains come from working out. Like first time you ever done abs, you're like, oh man, I felt like I was fucking dying. The first time I was doing push-ups in my life, and then I said, oh, I need to go to the nurse because my chest hurts. And then the nurse is checking me out, and she's like, have you been doing push-ups? And I was like, how'd you know that? So there is a game to this, and there's so many secrets to unravel, and I believe that we can. I'm going to find out some stuff, and I'm going to start just doing these videos. I want to see you guys in the next video. I love that because I'm trying to get the best content up I can that's relevant to us. Because, I mean, think about it. If no one tells you where to go overseas, how to eat when you get there, where is the gyms at, what's the name of the best gyms, you know, where are the prettiest girl athletes at, stuff like that, so that you can go and feel really ready to rock. Because I know some of you guys want to, like, get in shape, but you don't have the mental fortitude to do it. Or you laid off for a while and you're definitely getting after it. See, it can be one or the other. And I'm getting after it and putting on size every single day. She is getting shredded. Absolutely shredded. But I'll tell you this. Well, listen to me, my man. I have a whole bowl of fenbendazole downstairs and an entire bottle of ivermectin, this big. And all it is just use an insulin needle to take it out and stick it into your muscle, or pinch your fat in your stomach and put it in there. So that's how you take insulin shots, and that's also how you do ivermectin. Ivermectin is very mild. There's nothing to it. You don't feel much of anything. But one thing you will learn is that if you take ivermectin, whatever ivermectin kills is going to come out of you. Sounds disgusting, but I'm going to give you guys do not look. I'm going to give you guys the do not look order. So when you go to the bathroom, if you got problems with parasites, don't look. There was a Turkish, I think it was a pilot of helicopters, Turkish guy. He had this issue. He was butts itching, and he's like, and this fucking thing. He's like, he pulls out of his own ass, puts into a paper towel, and he gives it to the doctor. He's like, what is this? He goes, you got a tapeworm. He goes, yeah, oh my God, my stomach was killing me. I didn't know what to do. I was like, yeah. No, I wasn't even there. Stomach ache all of a sudden. I don't know what to do. My stomach's killing me. It's all parasites causing nerve damage to the inside walls of your stomach lining. Nerve, like any kind of inflammation causes nerve pain. So nerve pain is handled with very, very simple over-the-counter stuff. This is where it's at, you guys. I'm definitely going to invite whoever is going to come down. See, I can't just invite anybody. You know what I'm saying? I just can't invite anybody to come down here without a reason. There's a couple of really cool dudes. Both of them are firefighters. Both of them are American. One of them named George, and the other, his name is George. One of them worked in a restaurant. The other worked construction. One of them had a voice that would have been perfect for radio. And so I said, why don't we go to the studio and just read this with your voice just like that? And then boom, he is a sensation, and he's off to the races, and he's in Mexico. So I have support from outside the world. So if anything, I ever need a food or water, or if I'm stranded somewhere, they will come and get me. It doesn't need to get that far, though, because I'm very, very proactive about everything. If I can't do it, I will tell you no. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys all about more nutrient stuff, because I need to get the brain damage like the formulation to get brain damage reversed. This is what's going on with me. It goes, it phases, it comes and goes, but it's okay. It's not terrible, but it is not normal. And there is no known cure. So I'm hoping for the best here, you guys. How do you think I wanted to ask if anybody knows how many days does JJ driving a tractor trailer go back and forth? Like how many miles or kilometers is that? It's got to be a lot of kilometers. Well, anyway, I wish you guys were the best. I'm going to say a prayer for you guys tonight because I know that the devil is the ruler of this world and the Lord Jesus is coming back and he's going to call his people to himself. He is calling himself to the people to himself right now as we speak. And I know better. I should be praising him in all things. This is the second time this week where one guy is, telling world secrets or whatever. And another guy is writing a song when he was 16 years old, which hit a gold record in the 60s here in Mexico. So I managed to marry his daughter. And we have a very successful relationship here. She is a caregiver for me. And we renovate old trucks and fire trucks. And we do engineering. We basically are doing prototypes. It's just for fun. See if this would work better, we'll do it like this. So if whatever I'm doing works for me, I want to hand it off to you. But it's been the first time in her life she's ever been on a regimented anti-aging thing. Now, we had our faces done 2 years ago. We had all this filled in with our own blood, our own serum that they took out of my arm, put it into this machine, which separated the white blood cells and red blood cells, and just had that little bit of serum in the center. Took that out, and then used a machine on me like a vampire. It was pretty freaky. So anyway, I'm going to cut it loose because we are going to be lifting here in a little bit, and she's taking a nap, so I'm going to go wake her up so we can go to the gym. Anyway, I really love talking about nutrition, you guys, and if you have any questions about anything to do with bodybuilding, okay, I really want to make this happen for some of you guys because, I've been working out every single day. Not Saturdays or Sundays, there's rest days, and I haven't decided whether or not I want to start doing church services on Saturdays, like a legit Serbian Orthodox church service, which would be cool because basically all we do are read books aloud, like read stories of aloud. That's what we do. And the priest has the entrance to the portal, basically. And the smoke that is incense burner. Yeah. So I know some people have taken salvia divinorum in situations like that and never came back. Like, boom, they're gone. Maybe they had some brain damage in this world, but they went over to this like dreamland. So they're living in a dreamland, but they're sitting in a chair. And my eyes are getting so heavy, guys, because I have not been sleeping. I've been doing 24 hours. Man, it's good, though, because I want to thank, first of all, Station 3 in Chihuahua, because they were so nice as to let me have this patch. Chihuahua is a different place. It's it's so big, and Juarez is very far. It's hours away. So if you want to fly, go that route. Fly to there. Fly past there. Go straight to Mexico City and shut the fuck up and get on with your life. I love this because I can predict the future. And if you want to learn how to do this too, just keep following me. And as these messages keep coming, I'm going to keep sharing them with you. I'm the professor. I hope that rocked, and I'm out.